We're in Detroit.
Yeah, we're in Detroit train station.
Please move to the center of the vehicle and stay away from the doors. Soon arrive at the South Station, serving gates A1 through A28. This is the South Station. Exit now for gates A1 through A28.
What's that?
You will soon arrive at the terminal station, serving gates A29 through A45. Luggage claim, ground transportation, Attention, doors are closing. Not board the train.
There it is. You asked me 6 times for a pen.
It's in my luggage.
Now, what are we doing right now? What are we doing? We're calling the hotel right now, and I'm in Virginia. I'm waiting for my luggage. This is going to be the real quest for truth. Dad believes that there is a shuttle from Norfolk that can take us to a Holiday Inn. I called them. They said no. Only Newport News has a shuttle to the hotel. But I hope he's wrong. Glory days. I'm waiting for my luggage in Virginia. It's Craig T. Nelson.
And then if you open it, you're gonna when I
somewhere there.
Honey, there's a ramp over there.
Cool.
We're not going anywhere yet.
I know. He just looks like the game. Or maybe it does. Take a photo. That's deep.
It's the granary and harness.
Is there anybody in there? No.
What is this? What is this? Oh, obviously. Yeah. The privé. Ice house. Let me in! Let me in, darling! Open this door! No! I is free. Wow. Not too bad of a jail cell.
Sit down. Oh, William.
That little pond with me there. Over here. So it's not that much more this way, and then just kind of suddenly.
Okay, you can sit down.
This must be the friends of the mail. Saturday, there's the mark for Saturday. All coming up.
It actually does go through the vault.
Mama.
No, it is.
So they'd start a fire here. And the doors would be closed. These open.
Get you a hover round.
Were you? I was thinking of that, but I knew I could find you. I just like, grab a little bit. I went all the way around the garden already. Yeah, and I got
We're going up to the vegetable
I
garden
got
now.
good pics of that place, Monticello.
So this was his ornamental grove, and this was all part of his.
This garden is laid out into 3 platforms. We're at the highest end of the garden right now, and there's a little about a foot walk between the platforms, but you don't see it when the gardens are in, full gear here in the summer. But the platforms were divided into roots, and leaves, depending on the edible part of the plant. Here we have asparagus. We don't do that so strictly anymore, but here we have asparagus, and Jefferson grew this plant very early in his gardens, and perhaps he knew of its classical association by the sun. And these are fig trees, and children love figs. They do very well here. Unfortunately, we had a very severe winter last winter, and these figs died down or killed down to the ground. But as you can see, they've revived. They're very hardy, but we won't have fruit from them this year. On the south side of the mountain here, we have Jefferson's orchard of 400 trees below the vegetable garden. And these were a combination of the trees of the farm orchard, peaches and apples. You know, peaches in this country had no known pests early on. They grew like weeds, and they were so prolific that they not only fed peaches that we do not have today, so that was a brilliant color. And so we instead grow the hyacinth bean, and it's just getting going now. But the vine is a beautiful magenta color. The flowers will be tiny white and purple flowers. They're just massed all over this arbor in late August, and the pod is a brilliant magenta pod. So it's a spectacular plant when it's gets going. Sesame, this is a plant with African origins, and Jefferson's own slaves in their gardens to supplement the weekly ration diet. Jefferson purchases extra vegetables from them. He has so many visitors in his retirement years, he needs to do that. Jefferson had not one but 2 nurseries surrounded by little fences. His whole garden was surrounded by fence. The palings were 10 feet high, and Jefferson wanted the railings to be placed, or the fencing to be placed so close together that not even a rabbit could get through. Deer were a consideration too, as they after a time, because he finds a bean, the Tuscan bean, that he judges superior. And he says, quite sensibly, I shall therefore not grow the Ricora again. So once he deemed a variety inferior, he was seemingly ruthless about just getting rid of it. But that was part of that experimental horticultural idea. He's growing peas, 19 different varieties. He wants to see which are the most flavorful, which have the, are the most productive, and he is weeding them out, really, process of elimination. Jefferson grew lettuces. They're not so much in the garden right now, but he grew many different varieties. He grew the brown Dutch almost all year round. It grew, you could grow it even November through April, and he had a great taste for the tossed green salad, which he would dress with cooked chopped egg white and scallions, and dress with a vinaigrette of oil flavored with French tarragon. At the horizon line, this is a view unchanged for us today from what it was in Jefferson's time. Today the foundation have about 2,800 of the original 5,000 acres. And what you see was really, or what you would have seen then, is as you see today, dense forests, and then punctuated by patches of cleared fields in the distance. Jefferson only had about 1,200 acres actively cultivated here at any one time. The area that we're looking at right now is one of the vineyards, and he has vineyards on the other side as well. He attempted to establish vineyards here to prove the wine could be grown in plenty by listing it on fortified wines of France and Italy that he deemed superior to the more heavily fortified ports and Madeiras of Spain and Portugal that had been the colonial wines, principally because they could last better in being transported across the Atlantic. But he was never very successful, and many of the plants that he, or the vines that he imported were dead on arrival when he crossed the Atlantic. Others weren't resistant to the pests in this country at the time. It isn't until about the 1840s when they begin to graft the vines onto native rootstock that they begin to overcome this problem. But Jefferson had observed when traveling in Europe that no nation is drunken where wine is cheap. This was a comment. Were used as a condiment with meats, and then the leaves were used in salads.
Peanuts.
So one of the strawberries that Jefferson grew. Uh-huh. I don't see any of the berries.
What is strawberry? Basil. 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 Basil.
Now, when you come down here, if you look to the farthest edge of the cleared field in the distance, you'll be looking at Tufton Farm, and that was one of the quarter farms Jefferson had below the mountain. And that's the amount of land that he owned below, so a lot of land. And you know, he was always interested in his gardening. He said that even when he was an older man in his later years, that although he was an old man, he was as yet a young gardener. So he always had that very positive view. And he was planning things about gardens even in the last weeks before his death, an arboretum to go to the University of Virginia. He said the trees there, he would be too old to enjoy, but he would leave them for posterity, as he left us so many other legacies. So I leave you with that thought. I think our timing may be good. I'm not sure where the thunder is going, but these are the stairs that lead up to the museum shop, and I believe you can go around in this direction. It'll be easier slope for you. So have fun, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Pardon? Yes, you walk down Mulberry Row. That walk ends in a brick path. The cemetery is there, and from there it's a 10-minute walk down the mountain.
You lost on that one.
Where is that present? I guess they told you in the house there's approximately 2,000 of this and some of them still living. Primarily through his two daughters, Martha and Mariah. He had 6 children. They were the only 2 that lived to adulthood. He had one son who died at age 4. Most recent burial here was the 45th of March this year. An 82-year-old, 6th-generation ancestor. A retired Major General, U.S. Army. The cemetery is owned by the family. It's not part of the University property. Maybe the hottest day of the year, 100, 102, 103. And set at that cemetery, coolest spot on the mountain. They say he used to come up there, him and his good friend Daddy Carr. And his boys. He'd come up and sit under a big oak tree. We understand why now.
How's your drive?
Sometimes fun does come in fours. Take Crown Jewels.
How's your drive? You like it?
Spicy hot cash, hot hand.
What do you think?
New scratchers from the Virginia Lottery. You can win anywhere from $2,500 to $200,000. Odds of winning a top prize, 1 in 986,000. It's more fun than a four-eyed fish.
We're 95.7 WFO.
much a man can tell me, so much he can say. My power, my pleasure, my pain.
Where are you going? It's not in
To
here.
me you're like a benediction that I can't deny. Now won't you tell me, is that healthy, baby? Did you know that when it snows, my eyes become a large and the light that you shine can't be seen? Now that your rose is in bloom,
Oh, out of the sale.
Yeah, right next.
$179.
Why are you turning
Fireworks
here?
here.
Mix 104.
Hardee's. We're going to Hardee's.
Station with the best of both yesterday and today. The
Do they have breakfast?
Good morning.
Yes.
How much was gas?